Tone change is something that happens a lot in Hmong. Now, one reason that happens is because that one word will be preceded by a word with a high tone, like a B or J, and that B or J will affect the tone of the preceding word. Today we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the D tone. When you see the D tone, almost always it's changed to a D for a different reason. It's usually changed from an M, and again it's changed to that D for an entirely different reason. So you may be asking the question, why do I need to know this? Well, for some of us, our curiosity is insatiable and we have to know every little anomaly of a language, and that's fine, but otherwise understanding tone change can help improve your spelling, your pronunciation, and it leads to more natural sounding and easy to understand speech. And in the end, the reason for the change is really not that hard to understand or remember, so it's worth the effort. That being the case, let's talk about an example. Again, D tone comes from M tone, and it changes for a few different reasons, but we're just going to talk about one main reason that it changes. So we'll look at an example here. We have Gu Nya Dao Zhong, Gu Nya Dao Zhong, and then the same meaning more or less is Gu Nya Dao, Gu Nya Dao. So the question is, why is it Dao with an M in one place and then Dao with a D in another place? The answer is simply this. When the word of direction is used as a preposition of place, it retains its tone. But if it's used as a general adverb and it started with an M tone, then it will morph into a D tone. Makes sense, right? Well, if that makes sense, then good for you. But for the rest of us who are human, there's an easier way to explain it. So let's talk about that now. For starters, when it retains its tone, that's because it is followed by a word that is describing. So there's the word of direction, and then after that word, there's a word which it is describing the location of, or the direction of. Here we have an example, Gu Nya Dao Zhong. So we have the word Zhao, outside, at, and then we have the word zhong for the outside of the house, the yard, or really it means the jungle. Now let's compare that to our second example, which is Gu Nya Dao. When the direction word is not followed by a word it describes, it's not followed by really anything, it's all sad and alone at the end of the sentence, then if it was an M tone, it'll morph into a D tone. Now let's summarize this and add a few more examples to help it become more clear. We can say, 1, when the direction word is followed by something it is pointing to or describing, in other words, a word comes after it, then it will retain its original tone. For example, like the words up at the mountain or down at the valley. In those cases, it's a preposition, it retains its tone. Here are the examples in Hmong. Nü Nyo Bei Dong, he's up at the mountain. Nü Nyo Da Ha, he is down at the valley. Now number 2, if the direction word is not followed by anything, but it's all sad and alone at the end of a sentence or at the end of a thought, like he's outside, he's up there, or the house is down there, then if it had an M tone, it will morph into a D tone. Here are some of the Hmong examples. Nü Nyon Dao, he's outside. Nü Nyo Bei, he's up there. Lu Jie Nyon Da, the house is down there. So again, sad and alone, D tone. Pointing to something, followed by something, retains its original tone, usually an M tone. Remember, it's these subtle little things that help one to achieve natural, easy to understand speech. So it's worth the effort. Okay? See you in the next video.